Alright, what is going on, guys? This is Chili Games, and recently had a question about the Tier 7 El Premiante Kutuzov here, and more or less how to play it. Before we get started, I'm going to say huge freaking thank you to every single one of you. We just hit 130 subscribers as of this morning. You guys have been insane. So I really hope that you guys enjoy these videos, and I'm super glad that I can put this content out for you. Anyways, one quick thing I'll say about Kutuzov is it's a gimmick ship, and if you want to go for, I mean, Kutuzov is a meme. Chapayev is just retarded. It's actually broken, and there's a reason why I'm trying to do a 300k series with these two ships, because it's 100% possible. So before we get into it, what I'm going to go over is my mods, and this is my captain Nikolai Kutuzov at 16 legendary 2, and the only reason why I took him to 16 is because his base trait is just so good. I figured, you know, I had the insignias, why not, screw it. Most of the time, I usually flip between fully packed and refill station. I find that my best games can usually come from refill station, while my best damage games will come from this. But some of my more comprehensive games, especially with, you know, fully packed gives you one more consumable, and that gives you another smoke, whatnot. So just play how you want it. Doesn't really matter there. Perks, I will stick with this every time. Beyond range, every single time. Igniter, 3% chance of fire every single time. Intuitive, kind of, but if you have, you know, if you're comfortable with your map awareness, then, you know, it's a great way. It's a great way to learn. But once you get out of that, you can go to a lot more offensive powers here. Excuse me. Punch through, never really. The AP is really not good enough on this thing to invest in it like that. If your AP isn't being effective, switch to HE, and your HE will be insane. But that being said, your AP is great in certain situations. However, this is your money maker right here. I have equilibrium of power at level 3, and if you notice my commanders, Fournette and Andre, I probably just butchered that. Anyways, this increases my maximum HE shell damage by, what is that, 3.5, 4.3%. So basically I have better than level 4 equilibrium of power, and honestly I switched Scott around with these two, but actually I found most of my better games to come from both of these guys, and they're not even at super high level. But the thing with this ship is it's already pretty accurate, especially if you get within 10 kilometers. And something that you don't get with all the precision is when you're shooting at battleships and whatnot, your fire chance is so good, you don't need every shell to hit at one spot. And I found if you don't use Scott, in some situations your shells will blanket the ship in certain areas. So I feel like it gives me a better, I guess, spread of my shot to a target. So instead of hitting 9 shells at one spot or one fire spot, you know, the shells are spread out more along the ship. Obviously, because the dispersion is already really good, and we are still running fixated, which gives us 4%. So it's still decent, and this way I can just edge out, you know, 2% more HE damage, which honestly accumulates a lot. So I'd be curious to see what these guys would do maxed out, but however, promotion orders are still kind of meh. That is for the commander. For the upgrades, 100% every single time I go for aiming mod system. Never bother with these two, honestly, they're not worth it. Main battery traverse speed is only viable for, I think, the Russian destroyers, and maybe a couple other things, but cruisers 100% go for the aiming mod system. I mean, there's just no point not to. Second, I have a cat here. So we had some cats get out of our house. 2 cats actually, so we had to go run them down. Anyways, second mod is always going to be propulsion. My biggest advocate for propulsion is I like to bait people in shooting me when I'm still, and then using propulsion and or to get out of their shot range. And it just creates you're really efficient at staying open, and I'm going to try and demonstrate that in a game. And probably the most popular one that a lot of people see is steering gears. But the reason why I don't like steering gear is your acceleration without propulsion is god awful, and you can't steer if you don't have any speed. You know, it's just like steering like a car or something. Like you turn your wheels, but if you're not going anywhere, you're not going to turn. So I've kind of, you know, molded my play style to make turning adjustments quicker, and I've gotten used to that. Obviously, there's arguments for both. Either one is not better than the other, but I prefer propulsion just because I've played with it a lot, and I have gotten used to when I need to turn, how I need to adjust compared to torpedoes, whatever. And third slot, almost always, is concealment. Kutuzov, you are so squishy that you really do not want to be seen. Every time you get seen, you risk, you know, taking half your health or even more, and that's health that you can't have back with no heals. With Chapayev, pretty much this thing's sister ship. If someone's shooting at you, you have the ability to either try and turn bow in and bounce, or turn away, take minimal damage, and heal it back. So every time you don't get shot in Kutuzov is a win. So trying to get that concealment down is probably the best possible. Steering, I don't know. Concealment mod is just really good in my opinion. And for the main battery mod, this might be kind of maybe controversial. Secondary battery is a waste of money, never get it. Torpedo launcher mod is for a cruiser, you know, I would not invest in it. Your main 2 are going to be here, and you see I have both of them bought. I have played with both, and range of main guns 5%. Yeah, that is amazing. That's great. However, I can already reach 19 kilometers, and this is why I have Kuznetsov at such a high level. I use these flags, and if I don't have the flag, I think I have like 18.7. If you're further than 18.5 kilometers away from a target, then I will vouch to say that you're out of position, and that's what I was running into when I was running the 5%. Yeah, it's super nice to be able to keep hitting those battleships when they keep backing up, but I feel you're more effective with the little bit shorter range, just because when the battleship was backing out, sorry, I had to get back to it. When the battleship is backing out, you have minus 12% reload, so you can get more shells in the air. And also, you're only losing 5% if you don't take it, and you already have really insane range. I don't think it's in your best bet to, you know, overdo the range, because at some point it starts, you know, the payback for that starts getting like smaller and smaller and smaller. Like, let's just take it even further. Let's say if we had like 23 kilometers of range, like, there's no point in that. I mean, if you're 23 kilometers away from the target, theoretically, you're out of position. I feel like you could be more effective elsewhere. And that's where this ship is going to come in handy, because you do have a smoke screen, but your firing from smoke is 7.7, which is actually really bad, but for this ship, it's a really good balancing kind of stat, I guess. So I'm going to more or less skip over all this stuff, and I will get into a game to hopefully show everybody how to play this thing. So this is the first part. Okay, right off the bat, this is the first game we've got into after our little introduction to the Kutuzov here. Not the best map, I'm not gonna lie. Saying that because, well, do we have a DD over here? We do. So our entire game on this spawn depends on this guy right here. If he doesn't go out here, which I think he is, then we might be able to be productive here. Alright, GG. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is, this map is a little bit different than anyone else in the fact that you won't really be spotted immediately. Usually when I start a match in Kutuzov or Chapayev, I immediately start turning away and I start angling my guns and my ship like this, just because when I get this first salvo off, if they target me, I can go ahead and keep turning and narrow out my ship. And the lightning is, he's going. I'm actually going to back into this little crevice here because you can shoot over this little area right here, because I would be spotted from here. And both of these guys are reversing, yeah. That's what sucks with this spawn, because you don't know. You don't want to push too hard with this thing at first. Like that guy. You never want to be sailing straight in this thing. You can either angle out when you're going, you can angle this way, but the more you angle, or the more broadside you show trying to get to a position, you're risking everything. So never do that. Play it cautiously. Unfortunately, this is the bane of this entire map. You see what's happening here. Just Minsk is smoked up. We're getting spotting here, so we're gonna assist this side, but we know their battleships are like way back here, so we're gonna have to get way out here to even try to be effective. Just shoot our guns because we're bored, honestly. You can lob this, actually. There's a spawn here. You can lob that sometimes. It's super rare. But I was shooting, last time I played this map, I was shooting a Amagi, which is like the worst thing. The best thing to be shooting in one of these things, the Amagi does not like HE. Perfect, we have Akatsuki here. I'm not going to take that shot. Buddy, you are way out of effective range. Even I am, but you know, you never want to play in a cruiser, especially one like this. You don't want to play your cards first, just because that happened. Wow, he's continually being hammered. Okay, so I think I might start smoking up here. This might be my first smoke. Going to see if I can blind fire this guy. If not, we're gonna pop our smoke immediately. Yep. Just because Richelieu can really ruin our day. I'm gonna try and get rid of Kutuzov here just because he's really squishy and I don't think he's playing. I have no problem shooting AFK targets. One, because if they come back alive and bite me in the ass later, then it's gonna really piss me off. I'm gonna get him down pretty low and then I'll focus on these BBs. That should do it. Now we're gonna focus on the BBs. Lightning killed the Akatsuki, which is huge. Really need to kill that guy. We got a fire on the Richelieu, nice. Our first Kutuzov goes down. That was pretty, I guess, predictable. So, Richelieu burned his fire, we'll be shooting him. And already we are at 45 seconds left on our smoke. We need to have an exit plan right now. And if you realize, we're kind of in a bad spot with this smoke, so we're going to have to back around. Killed Kutuzov, that's nice. Because we do not want to wait in this smoke screen and be like, oh, I'm spotted. We do not want to do that. So what we're going to do here is go ahead and start angling our way out so we can go on the far side of this island to our left here. And I really wish we had these targets right now. That really sucks. Okay, whatever. Take a pot shot at Richelieu here. You can actually go undetected here. Nice. And we are just going to start racking up damage. 5 minutes in, 53,000. Not bad. There's a fire, and we're automatically trying to disengage here. We're letting Iowa take the brunt of this force here, because we are no good to this Iowa dead. So we're going to play it safe. I'm going to get around this island, actually. There's 2 fires on both of them, I believe. Yeah. We are disengaging here, but... Oh, our lightning died, actually. So since lightning died, I'm going to start turning back into the base. And unfortunately, this Iowa's going to get himself killed by trying to make this turn here. I'm not quite too sure how our lightning got killed there, but we're going to use this island as cover here. Notice we have a minute left on our smoke, so we have no smoke fire, so we are going to use this island as our saving grace for the next minute or so. Until we get spotted here. We'll be spotted here. So, since we're going to be spotted if I shoot, I'm going to wait and see if he wants to shoot his guns. Once he shoots his guns at Iowa, I will continue firing at him. He burned his damage control, which is perfect, so that means any fire that we would have shot there would not have started. We're going to go ahead and take off 1 or 2 here. Any fire to him, perfect. Maybe able to squeak 1 more out of him. Nice, that's permafire. Our team really is struggling here. Really struggling. Yeah, this is rough.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
I mean, this is really not ideal here. Now it's all left is to obliterate this guy, if we can. It's gonna be kind of difficult, honestly. We could do pretty well. I'm gonna have to turn to our back turrets here, just because I don't want to give this guy broadside, because Richelieu can hurt a lot. You see there, we took a really unfortunate salvo right there, just from a good angle on our part, and we still lost this much health. Luckily we should kill this guy. Nice. You see how much health we lost even from a good angle? That's like insane.
Problem solved, sir.
But if situations were better and our lightning didn't get killed by 2 battleships, which is like embarrassingly bad, I guess. Nothing we can do here really. We just have to make sure that this Nagato wants to play and we can burn him pretty quickly. Other than that, this game is over. If we had a DD, we could maybe make something work with this smoke screen, but no. I assume they're going to be on our base in the next couple seconds. I really want to kill this Nagato though.
You are the last hope.
Aha. So there's Nagato. We're just going to try and slow down here because he's about to shoot, and we're going to start turning away. Waiting for his muzzle flash there to hit our brakes here, and you see how we dodged that. We're going to continue turning away here. We're going to speed up now. Just to throw off his aim maybe. We're probably going to get slapped in the face with a Monarch in about 5 seconds, but with a crossfire like I'm in right now, there's not much you can do. Caught us with a shot there. Alright, that should be it for him, honestly. And there's the Monarch. One fire will do it. Yep.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
If we live through this, we could kite Monarch here. This is gonna hurt. For some reason I thought that was a gun and I burned that damage con, so that's not a good idea.
Problem solved, sir.
Gonna wait for this Monarch to shoot here so we can pop our smoke and see him a little bit. Dodge his shells. He's gonna be spotted for the next 20 seconds. That's a good as now. Permafire, nice.
Smoke screen set.
And at this point, we just gotta go in for it. Oh, he shot again. Monarch should die here, honestly. Edinburgh's gonna give us broadside here. We'll take that.
Torpedo, direct front. Torpedoes, direct front.
I'll kill lightning. You're joking me. Oh my god. We'll give it to him. Oh, what a fail of a game. This is stupid. This one's going up. This is our first game here. After we're doing that intro, so this one's going for it. Hopefully it gets the point across. Not a win, but regardless, still a really good game with the things that we were given. And I feel like we did pretty well, considering the circumstances that we give. If we had that lightning still alive, man, that would have been 100% GG. Maybe. Man, that sucks. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for the support as always, and I will see you guys later.